Good work, Detective. You are literally as capable as the digit-flapping mammal you pointlessly pretend to be. The next key awaits you.
More cabinets. Great. I love this part.
Ready to die, my dear?
Okay. Time to possibly maybe die.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the wrong answer. Please don't forget your head when you leave. Good work, Detective. You are literally as capable as the digit-flapping mammal you pointlessly
More
pretend
cabinets.
to be.
Great. I love this
Key
part.
awaits you.
Okay. Time to possibly maybe die. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my night.
Another key collected. I trust you're not giving her false hope, Detective.
Oh.
Well, Dark Knight Detective, you have passed another test. I cannot help but admire the spirit with which you have thrown yourself into a task for which you are woefully under-equipped. I almost feel guilty when I contemplate what's coming, but not so guilty that I'm going to call it off. Head back to the orphanage, Detective. Another of my riddle rooms is waiting.
I'm going back to the orphanage. Celine is waiting.
I can only imagine what cruel game Mr. Nigma has in store for you and Miss Kyle.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room's waiting.
Greetings to my costumed contestants. Your next challenge is simple. Guide an electric charge to its destination. I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. counterweights move further when I step on the pads.
You are getting older. Maybe it's time to add a few extra notches to the utility belt. Hey, don't shove. Move over, would you?
Congratulations to the dementedly dressed duo. Your key awaits. Oh, but what's this? An electrified floor? Electrified floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Good. You figured it out already. Well, you better grab that key and be on your way.
Hey, that was easy. Oh, it's a trick, isn't it?
Meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities.
Leave those ones to me.
from, Batman. I built a highly efficient line.
Leave the blue ones to me.
All the danger of battle combined with all the fun of riddle solving. You can thank me after. Thank you.
Leave the red ones to me.
You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you. Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee, if only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Albert. His pride won't let him.
You'll break his spirit, sir. I've every confidence.
Back up! It's a bat! Drive! Drive! This time tomorrow I go dark. Got my money, got a new identity lined up, and no one will find me. Is that what I think it is? Right, man! Step on it!
The unexamined life is not worth living, Detective, and I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective, ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud detective, a dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the train I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it. might be lower, but you're still out of your depth. Look at you, detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier. Don't leave me hanging, detective. The answer is right above your nose. Not quite, detective. You know, detective, if I'd rigged that grapple point to detach, you could be dead in a moment. But where would the satisfaction be in that? You will be your own downfall, detective. I have no doubt. Another switch? Why, the water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there! I did it! I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good. As expected. I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there! detective. Detective, since that car is quite clearly an extension of your ego, I thought you'd take better care of it. Detective, or those blades will open up the car like a tin can. You being the expired hunk of stale meat inside. Barely keeping up to the precise degree my equations predict. Careful on your way out. You know, the line between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie, can't we play a different...
Ready to die, my dear? I've always fantasized about your mistakes killing you, Batman. But this does have its appeal.
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating.
second match to me, the Riddler.
Hey, Eddie, can't we play a different game? This one's getting old.
Good luck, Catwoman.
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key. Well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
I've always been the smartest man in the room, detective. Those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities, marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swooned. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
Hardest is when you go back.
Selena's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
Don't worry, he ain't catching us.
Riddler, talk while you still can.
I'll tell you everything I know!
It'll do.
Scarecrow gone, Night gone. Deathstroke's not gonna last. Bastards keep it here. That's not actually a bat, right? It's just, I'm pretty sure I saw him earlier, and he kind of looked like a giant bat.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half-wits instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, When you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy. The gap in the wall? I could reach it with a pounce.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Oh, come now, detective. I really couldn't be shining more of a light upon the problem. Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Oh, Eddie, you're going to feel very, very stupid when I catch up with you. You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
Nearly there, Selena.
Riddle me this. What's dead? You! Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls?
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Twist. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
Nearly there, Selena.
Done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot. just about earned it.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Hola Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot. But he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
Hola Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Have you seen this gun? How'd they pay for this gear? This ain't the time to lose focus. We regroup and hit back hard. That thing will flatten us. Move! I'm going!
He's here! That's here! Drive him!
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph, so I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course, a symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, Detective. My masterpiece. My Sigma Resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Teutoburg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster. Drive headlong into defeat. Oh, you incompetent boy racer. Behold your doom. should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equations right here. I don't understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you? It was luck. Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. You've been waltzing with Lady Luck your whole life, Detective. But now the music stops. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Got it. I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. And to think, I was actually concerned you may succeed. I forgot who I was dealing with for a minute there. No, Detective. Turn around. Such a pity I couldn't show you the Riddler mobile. It's bigger, faster, several times more aesthetically pleasing than your vehicle. It's in the shop. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. That's more like it, Detective. You failed! For the briefest moment, you almost seemed capable. Come on, Detective. Back to the start of the course. Back to the start of the course. Would you like another attempt at that lap? Don't be ashamed to have failed, Detective. This isn't a racetrack. It's an immaculately constructed work of art. It is perfection. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Ha! You failed! Your idiocy never ceases to... Well, actually, no. I have come to expect it. Actually... Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Ashamed to have failed, Detective. This isn't a racetrack. It's an immaculately constructed work of art. It is perfection. Farewell, Dark Knight. No! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. You'll make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Goodbye. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Stop not dying! I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Don't worry, Detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. prefer that Roman knockoff Mercury. Don't worry, Detective. You have...
I can't leave the car now. The clock's ticking.
It'll make any difference. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. Too slow, Detective. But I don't want you to fail. I want you to die trying. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Failure back to the start. To think, I was actually concerned you may succeed. I forgot who I was dealing with for a minute there. Dark Knight. That car has some value, even if you don't. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. I knew it! I knew you'd fail! To think you had me worried. How embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. You can't ride through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. I knew it. I knew you'd fail. To think you had me worried. How embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. If you're feeling vainglorious enough for another attempt, Dark Knight, you must trundle back to the start of the course. It's noble of you to try the course again, Batman, but really, I don't want to end up pitying you. properly. At least try and head the correct way. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. That's more like it, Detective. You failed! For the briefest moment, you almost seemed capable. Come on, Detective. Back to the start of the course. Back to the start of the course. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. Where did you learn how to drive? Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Failure to the start. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. You seem to have lost. Something wrong? I could literally do this with my eyes closed. If you're feeling vainglorious enough for another attempt, Dark Knight, you must trundle back to the start of the course. By all means, fail as much as you like. That would have injured someone whose skull wasn't so thick. The other way, detective. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Ha! You failed! Your idiocy never ceases to... Well, actually, no. I have come to expect it. Actually... Feel that, detective? It's called humiliation. Come back to the start of the course and I'll serve up some more. You can't ride through solid objects. It's really basic physics. You're going backwards, Dark Knight. Is this a valiant attempt at a joke? Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. A quite stunning failure. Would you like to try again, detective? You'll fail once more. Fail. Once more. Come on, detective. Back to the start of the course. Another attempt? My, but you're optimistic. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. You did it. The key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them after all.
Okay, almost there.
ready to die, my dear?
And here we go. Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam. To take my final exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Catwoman, this evening is not about you. Wait, Batman. Wait. Do you have a photographic memory, Detective? Because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you've hurt me. Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, Detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
Now's my chance to free Selina from the orphanage. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
For the bat. I'm not getting...
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear...
How have you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a word since you left that last course. Do you ever rub people the right way?
They never ask nicely.
This is it. One last hoop to jump through, then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid-15th century torture devices.
If Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-size chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea.
Riddle me this. How can you play my game when you've already been barred?
Play my game.
Perhaps you're looking at this conundrum the wrong way. You can't go through it, children. And no, you cannot tunnel under it either.
Can you find a way in? We need to move the blocks.
Well, hurry up then. Surely one of those toys of yours can get the job done.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job. Look at all these generators. Why does Eddie need so much power?